All right, guys, I'm going to welcome you to another self love conversation. We are celebrating Mental Health Awareness Month, and we are talking to some amazing women who are sharing their stories with us. All right, guys, I'm going to welcome you to
About
mental health. So, I want to welcome Miss Michelle Hammer. Michelle, thank you so
oh,
much for being here.
thank you for having me.
Yes. So, first of all, I read your blog, right?
Yeah.
And I said to myself, I do have a lot of misconceptions, right? That I
Yeah.
would love for you to clean up because it is so. When we think of like schizophrenia, and I want you to tell your story, when we think about that, we think about all of the things that we see in movies and TV and all these things, right?
Right, right. Yeah. There's a lot of misconceptions. Yes.
No, can you please do us a favor and just explain your story to us?
I mean, my whole story, you want to hear? I mean, where do you want me to begin, really?
Yes, you can start from the beginning.
From the beginning. I mean, from the beginning, who knows where the trouble really started. In high school, I was super paranoid. I mean, who nobody's really comfortable with themselves in high school, but the difference is that I had really intrusive thoughts and I was very, very paranoid. And every time my people like my mom tried to get me help, I thought she was trying to hurt me. I believed she was trying to hurt me, sabotage me, or wanted me dead. And then I go to college, I think I'm free of her, right? Everything's fine for a while. And then all of a sudden, I started having those same exact thoughts about my roommate. And I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense. Why would my roommate be doing the things that my mom did? None of this makes sense. And then it was like, click, something's wrong. I was the one that was wrong the entire time. So I bring myself to the health center. They tell me I'm bipolar, take this medicine. Things didn't go so well. It was a rough time. Things are up, down, up, down. I went to the psych ward 3 times during college, sent by the school. It was rough. I was on the lacrosse team, though. I did have a big support system. So, after that, I was diagnosed with schizophrenia at 22. It was quite a journey. Working in corporate, New York City for about 5 years, had about
Mhm.
15 jobs.
Yeah.
And then I started Schizophrenic NYC because I realized, uh, one day I was on the subway. I looked down the subway train and I saw a homeless guy talking to himself. And I realized that he kind of did it in the same way that I do it.
Right.
And I realized, what's the difference? My support team of my family, friends, and doctor. And if I didn't have those three people or those three support team things, I could be homeless just like him. And I
Exactly.
was thinking, I got to do something. There's something that I got to do because I am extremely lucky. If people think, you're schizophrenic, how are you lucky? No, no. I'm extremely lucky that
Absolutely.
I have what I have because it could so quickly change just in an instant.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had to do something that would just, start a conversation, change people's thoughts about mental health, and just give back in some way to the mentally ill homeless because it's just really unfortunate. And
Now,
I guess that's my story in a nutshell.
now
Kinda.
I'm going to be that outsider, okay? Because
Mm-hmm.
I want us to clear up the misconceptions of schizophrenia. Because again, when people hear it, they hear different things. Now, one of the things that we hear is like, do you hear voices? Do you hear people talking to you? Do you have this notion that you're one person one day, then you're another person a couple of hours? That's what we see on TV.
Right. I mean, there's different kinds of, spectrums of schizophrenia. I mean, some people more have
Okay.
delusions, some people more have hallucinations, some people more hear voices or hear things. It's really depends on who you're talking to find
Mhm.
out who they're talking to, really.
Right.
Honestly, it really depends on who you are. Some people see things, some people hear things, some people go more delusional. I'm really more delusional. I'm kind of just make up stuff that I think
Yeah.
happen or I think things happen that never really did. And
Mhm.
thinking that you turn into somebody else later, that's more like a dissociative identity disorder, not really schizophrenia, but they do get mixed up a lot. But if
Right.
anyone wants to learn about more about DID, I found this documentary on Hulu called The Many Sides of Jane, and it's all
Yeah.
about dissociative identity disorder. So if you want to learn more about that, that's a great resource. And you'll learn that that is not schizophrenia at all.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that actually helps. And so, how do you how do you manage throughout the day? Like, what are some of the things that you do? Did you, when you first found out that you had schizophrenia, right, and it wasn't bipolar, what was your initial reaction? How did it make you feel?
Well, initially, I was like pretty bummed out. I was like, "Oh, who's gonna like me now? This and blah blah blah." Da, da, da. But then, so I went out to eat with like my three best friends from college, right? And I was like, "When am I gonna tell them? I gotta tell them." So I just kind of got nervous, and I was like, "Guys, just want to let you know I have schizophrenia." And seriously, the conversation was, "Isn't that what you had the whole time?" That
Right.
could not have
So
been more
they knew.
obvious. And
So they knew.
yeah, we told you that. So yeah. They all knew. They all knew, right? And I'm thinking, right. These people are my roommates. Let me like. So I was walking to the city with my friend who was on my lacrosse team in college, right? So I'm talking, and she's like, "So how are things like going?" And I was like, "Oh, I." So I was like, "So I found that I'm schizophrenic." She's just like, They could have told you that 3 years ago."
Right.
Like what?
Wow.
No, everybody knew. So it was kind of like I realized like if all my friends knew and didn't care, like why do I care about other people judging me? You know,
Right.
they don't know me.
Right.
My
And
friends didn't even care, and they knew before me.
right. And so what are some of the habits that a schizophrenic will have that people can look out for, so so that they can be more educated? Because again, you see, like you said, the homeless man who talks to themselves, right? And you say, oh, something is mentally wrong or whatever. But like what are some of the things that your friends said that they saw that they knew that you were
Oh well,
schizophrenic?
I used to just talk to myself all the time. I was always talking to myself,
We're
and I would just be like,
talking.
no, I'm just thinking out loud, guys. I just think out
Sure,
loud.
that's everybody though. I know I
I
do
don't, but
that.
I would do it to an extent and to be like the gestures of like somebody actually standing there. And it
Okay.
was like, I don't know. And like my lacrosse friend, like we would take buses, like buses forever. And I remember her one time going like, who's Hammer talking to? Who's Hammer talking to? Look, look, look. And I was like, what are you doing? And she goes, who were you just talking to? I was like, I don't know. But still, right?
So is the talking to yourself, is there anything else outside of that?
Talking to yourself. I don't know. I used to burst into laughter a lot, like on the subway. If I would just think things, I bursted into laughter at nothing. I remember actually, I think it was like 11th, 10th, 11th grade. I was apparently laughing in class. Like I didn't know anything at this point. And a girl turned around and looked at me and was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like,
Yeah.
"What?" She goes, "What are you laughing at?" I was like, "I don't know." And I was like in high school. I wasn't diagnosed with anything, and my symptoms were showing then.
Right.
Enough for
Right.
like another student to notice it.
Right. So now that you're here, do you find that it's hard to make friends when you have to tell them, or how is relationships and things like that?
I mean, it's fine because I don't know if you noticed that I'm wearing a shirt. I know it says I'm mentally ill, and so like if you want to be my friend, like you
You
already know, like you already know.
you are you are
So
too
it's like,
much.
hey, hi, nice to meet you. You already know my business. Be my friend.
Right.
Care or don't care. I really don't care.
Right. I got you. And so are
Right.
you in relationships though? Like, do you have a partner or friends or anything like that? I mean,
Yes. Yes.
because I mean, you seem like you're the most funniest person, like, and the most amazing person to be around. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Well.
like so it's
Well,
like you're always laughing and everything. So I just wondered, like, when you are around people, and do you get the, when you do tell them, do you get the looks and the stares and all that stuff, and then you gotta educate them, or
I
is
don't
it?
think people really care. I think maybe it
Gotcha.
explains a lot. Maybe I mean, they're like, oh, oh, got
Mm-hmm.
it. Now I get it.
Right.
Yeah, I don't really think it's that big a deal. I don't think people really care that much because it's New York. Like, it's just kind of,
It's
yeah,
just kind of
everyone, you
habit,
can
right?
walk around New York wearing like a costume all day long and no one's going to ask you why,
Right.
you know?
Right. All right. So tell me about your schizophrenic NYC. Like, when did you start it, and what are some of the things that you guys do?
Sure. Well, schizophrenic MIC, I have a mental health clothing line. I started it a bunch of years ago. And so basically, I just made a bunch of shirts and stuff, and I just pop up. I've been at various different markets. Now I go on 48th and 9th in New York City, And I pretty much stand there all day talking about mental health to people, selling merch to people. A portion of the profits helps out with mental health homeless, but really it's just like chilling all day on the streets of New York City. You never know who you're gonna meet. I currently have a dude hangs out just like right over there, the homeless dude, and he's hilarious. And he like makes my day. When he's not there, I get upset because
Oh,
he makes my day. My fan, he doesn't like to go by his government, so I have to just call him D Block.
yeah.
Yeah, D Block is hilarious. I
Uh,
love him. I
uh,
love him to death. But like it's really just like hanging out all day. You never know who you're gonna meet, and it's hilarious, and I love it, and it's so much fun. And right where I am right now, people are. It's just a hilarious brunch spot. So you'll see people going there. Oh, we're going to brunch. We'll see you after brunch. And then they come over and they're like, "We had brunch, unlimited mimosas," and I'm like, "Hey, I had a good time at brunch."
and so, what made you start a clothing line, though? Like, where did you get the idea from?
Well, I mean, I've always done art, but and stuff like that. But what sends a message the most? Art on your wall or art on a t-shirt.
Right.
You wear the t-shirt, everyone can see it, and then you can talk about it. So that
Hmm.
kind of made me just think t-shirt, and I was like, okay. I
Hmm.
honestly I didn't even know what I was doing, but
Yeah.
I just kind of did, and
Right.
it happened
Right.
magically.
And how many years has it been so far?
About 5.
Oh, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that you do full time.
Pretty much full time. I do like freelance design on the side, or I don't know, consulting stuff as well.
Right.
But yeah, it's pretty much what I do full time, and it's so much fun.
Would you say schizophrenia allowed you to tap into your creativity, or have you always been someone who was a very creative person? Because I'm thinking like you was a shy person in the beginning when you were younger, and then all of a sudden you found yourself and you found out why you were feeling the way you were feeling, and now you're just being you. Would that be accurate?
I mean, it's different with art. I mean, I'm just became comfortable with myself. I think
Hmm.
it explained a lot of things, and I kind of just got over a lot of stuff. I
Yeah.
like to say, like, confidence can get you anywhere, and people are like, I don't really think it's confidence, but like for me, it is confidence because if for me, like, if I don't think I can do it, I won't do it. But if I believe I can do it, then I can even try. Because if I don't believe I can do it in any way, I won't even give it any effort. So for me, it really does. It is that confidence can get me where I want to go. Doesn't work for everyone, but that's just who you are.
Right.
So, becoming comfortable and confident with myself allowed me to just, you know, create this and just, do anything really.
Right.
Yeah.
And the great thing about it is that along with the personality you have, like the beautiful clothing or whatever, which is fantastic. So you do shirts and hats, or you do a whole bunch of stuff.
Well, I just made this hat out of my artwork for myself. I didn't really know if people would buy hats, but I knew I wanted one. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I mostly just do shirts. There's some tank tops, there's sweatshirts, but I mean, not sweatshirts, getting a little warm. But yeah, and then I have awesome pillboxes and a bunch of random stuff like
Oh,
buttons,
that's
mugs,
awesome.
bracelets.
Yeah.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. You can all
All
check it
kind of
out.
stuff
Just
that makes sense.
yeah,
That's a
schizophrenic
great idea.
NYC. Mm-hmm.
That's a great idea. And
Mm-hmm.
you said one of the things that I like that you said when you gave us in the blog is that you said being diagnosed with schizophrenia does not mean your life is over,
Right.
right? Meaning that you have the opportunity to actually live your life. So it's like for those people who are hiding, though, there who believe that their life is over, what are some of the things that you did that allowed you to come into your full self? Because it seems like, again, Michelle, that you just have this life. Like some people take a diagnosis and they go in the other direction. How were you
Right.
able to not go down that dark road? Like, did you have a support system? Do you go to therapy? What are some of the things that you do to keep yourself in that position, or in this position that you have
Well,
now?
Well, like one of the things that I say that, getting a schizophrenia diagnosis doesn't mean your life is over. It's kind of like the best thing that ever happened to me because then I could be treated for the correct illness.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's like the biggest thing that I would ever say is like, now you're being treated for the correct illness. Your life's not over, you know, because then you can get better. I worked with my doctor. It took me a while to get on the right medication. You know, you have to build up, change things, work at things, everything like that. And then you can try to feel better. There's like, you know, so your support team helps as well. You can have other activities, working with friends. I've always played sports. I've been on sports teams, just anything keeping you social, working with a doctor, working with your support team, you know, that I think anything like that can really, really, really help. And, you know, if you just live your life thinking your life is over, you're not going to have any fun.
Right.
You know, have
Exactly.
some fun. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love that. And I love your spirit because what
Thank
you're
you.
saying is that you did not let a diagnosis stop you. You didn't let a mental illness stop you. It actually, brought something out of you where now you're educating the world through your apparel, right? About the stigmas of mental illness, which a lot of people always have that, they kind of shy away from, right? So
Hmm.
you are allowing people to actually, feel a little bit comfortable and have some kind of hope about, about their diagnosis or anything that is happening. So, how can we find you? Are you on social media? How can we purchase some of this great apparel you have?
Oh, for sure. Well, Instagram, schizophrenic.nyc, website, schizophrenic.nyc. How easy is that?
Yes.
But Twitter, schizophrenic NY, because the C was too long. And then what else do I have? I don't know. But check me out on YouTube as well. Find me at Schizophrenia and the City on my account. Um, you find that on YouTube. And also my WebMD video on YouTube. I don't know how else you can find me. You can find me anywhere. You can just find me. Go to
Just put it.
schizophrenic.nyc. I have
That's
some
right.
great merch. You know that.
Oh, wow.
You know.
Michelle, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. And I appreciate you being so open and so lovable and
Thank
so
you.
transparent.
No problem. Anytime. Thank you for having me.
Oh, no worries. And we'll catch up soon, okay?
Definitely.
All right. See you soon.
All right. Bye.